Futures. What to do ahead of this week's Fed meeting. Investors Business Daily. The Fed's two-day meeting kicks off Tuesday. Arista and NXP Semiconductors fell on earnings. Dow Jones futures were higher ahead of Tuesday's open, as the Federal Reserve's two-day meeting gets set to start. The Dow Jones Industrial Average had its best month since 1976, surging nearly 14% I. Plus 7018 CHARS. Kathy Kelly inquires The Miz about Johnny Gargano's tell-all interview. Raw. October 31, 2022 WWE. Kathy Kelly informs The Miz about Johnny Gargano's tell-all interviews and asks the Awesome One if he would like to get ahead of it before it airs. Catch. Null. More than 130 people dead in cable bridge collapse in India's Gujarat state. The Wall Street Journal. State's Home Minister said a criminal inquiry has been opened into the agency in charge of repairing the bridge. The Indian state government of Gujarat opened a criminal inquiry into the agency tasked with maintaining a historic cable bridge after the popular attraction collapsed on Sunday under the weight of plus 320 CHARS. Even less than recommended amounts of caffeine while pregnant could impact your child's life. CNN. Even small amounts of caffeine while pregnant could impact a child's height into early childhood. A new study found. Experts share what this means for the population and how to cut back effectively. Editor's note. Sign up for CNN's Eat But Better, Mediterranean Style. Our 8-part guide shows you a delicious, expert-backed eating lifestyle that will boost your health for life. Starting the day. Plus 4260 CHARS. SpaceX rolls out Falcon Heavy rocket ahead of Tuesday launch. Photo. Space.com. The powerful rocket is scheduled to lift off Tuesday, November 1, at 9:40 a.m. Eastern Time. The most powerful operational rocket in the world is at the launch pad ahead of a planned liftoff. On Tuesday morning, November 1, SpaceX rolled its Falcon Heavy rocket out to launch Complex 39A at NASA. Plus 2508 CHARS. Jim Harbaugh says he expects criminal charges for Michigan State players. The Washington Post. An attorney for one of the Michigan players attacked in the stadium tunnel after a Wolverines win said those involved will feel the full wrath of the law. Comment on this story. Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh said Monday that he expects criminal charges to emerge from an investigation of violence that broke out in the stadium tunnel Saturday after his Wall. Plus 6335 CHARS. Apple iPad 10th Gen Review. Mobile Tech Review. Null. Your browser isn't supported anymore. Update it to get the best YouTube experience and our latest features. Learn more. Remind me later. Hong Kong Monetary Authority chief defends currency peg. Says it brings stability. CNBC. Hong Kong Monetary Authority's CEO has defended Hong Kong's currency peg, saying it helped see the city through some of its toughest economic challenges. Hong Kong Monetary Authority's chief executive has defended Hong Kong's currency peg, saying it helped see the city through some of its toughest economic challenges. In an interview with CNBC on 2+2822 CHARS. Roman Reigns knocks out The Miz. Raw. October 31, 2022 WWE. The Miz offers Roman Reigns some advice on Logan Paul. But the head of the table does not take kindly to the Awesome One. Catch WWE action on Peacock. WWE Null. Futures. What to do ahead of this week's Fed meeting. Investors Business Daily. The Fed's two-day meeting kicks off Tuesday. Arista and NXP Semiconductors fell on earnings. Dow Jones futures were higher ahead of Tuesday's open. As the Federal Reserve's two-day meeting gets set to start, the Dow Jones Industrial Average had its best month since 1976. Surging nearly 14% plus 7018 CHARS. Mass school shootings are not caused by mental illness, Neuroscience News. Most perpetrators of mass school shootings do not suffer from severe mental illness. A new study reports, when psychosis is present, mass murderers in an academic setting use means other than firearms to commit their crimes. Consistent with previous findings. Summary. Most perpetrators of mass school shootings do not suffer from severe mental illness. A new study reports, when psychosis is present, mass murderers in an academic setting use means other tar. Plus 6239 CHARS. Powerful telescope captures breathtaking aftermath of giant star's death. CNET. But this stellar ghost isn't scary. It's stunning. It's Halloween. And space organizations don't plan on letting us forget it. NASA Twitter handles have been switched. NASA Exoplanets is now NASA Hexoplanets and NASA Goddard is now NASA Gouldard. Plus 3564 CHARS. NFL Week 8 grades. Broncos get an A for saving their season in London. Bengals get an F for MNF disaster. CBS Sports. Here are the Week 8 grades for every team that played on Sunday. Maybe the Broncos should consider moving all of their games to London. Through the first 7 weeks of the season, the Broncos' offense has mostly looked helpless. But that changed on Sunday in Eng. Plus 5013 CHARS. Nintendo Switch System Update 15.0.1 is now live. Here are the full patch notes. Nintendo Life. Download it today. Image. Nintendo. Nintendo has just released another new firmware update for the Switch, bumping the system up to version 15.0.1. This one resolves a few issues, including one problem causing an error. Plus 797 CHARS. Elon Musk fires Twitter board, making himself sole director. Al Jazeera English. Tesla CEO becomes sole director of social media giant after finalizing $44 billion takeover. Elon Musk has fired Twitter's board of directors, giving himself unfettered control over the social media giant. According to a company filing, Musk became sole director of Twitter after finalizing Plus 2313 CHARS. HH attempts to stop Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley from fighting each other. Raw. October 31, 2022 WWE. Null. Your browser isn't supported anymore. Update it to get the best YouTube experience and our latest features. Learn more. Seoul Halloween 2022 Live. South Korea mourns the death of victims. Seoul Stampede. News 18 Live. CNN News 18. Seoul Stampede Live. Seoul mourns stampede victims. Seoul Halloween 2022 tragedy. News 18. Live most weekends. The narrow alleys of Itaewon. The neon-lit Nig. Null. Pig's heart took longer to generate a beat in transplant patient. The Wall Street Journal. Genetically modified pig's heart transplanted into man who later died took longer to generate heartbeat than typical pig and human hearts. A genetically modified pig heart transplanted into a severely ill person took longer to generate a heartbeat than those of typical pig or human hearts. Research showed. Another potential challenge foe. +433 Chars. Something terrifying is happening at the border of our solar system. MSNNOW. Our solar system is just a small slice of the universe. From the depth that James Webb's first images have provided, to the journeys that Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 have taken into interstellar space, our universe is much bigger beyond our solar system's edge. If you purchase an independently reviewed product or service through a link on our website, BGR may receive an affiliate commission. Copyright provided by BGR. Planets of the Solar System. Our Solar System I. +2405 Chars. Grizzlies at Jazz. NBA Full Game Highlights, October 31, 2022 NBA. Never miss a moment with the latest news, trending stories and highlights to bring you closer to your favorite players and teams. Download now. https://app.ly. Null. Pre-iPhone Google G1 renders reveal a lot of green and more physical buttons. 9 to 5 Google. Android co-founder Rich Miner shared an interesting pair of Google G1 renders that predate the iPhone. The original Android team spent the weekend and today debunking some misconceptions about the operating system's creation, especially in relation to the iPhone. As part of that, Android co-founder Rick +2078 Chars. Alexa Bliss and Asuka return to save Bianca Belair from a damage control beatdown. Raw. October 31, 2022 WWE. Following Bianca Belair's victory over Nikki Cross, Damage Control put the boots to the Raw Women's Champion. But the Est is saved by the returning Alexa Bliss. Null. Chicago shooting. As many as 14 people shot in Garfield Park near Polk and California. CPD says. WLS-TV. Chicago police said as many as 14 people were shot in a Halloween night drive-by in Garfield Park. Chicago. WLS. As many as 14 people were shot in the city's Garfield Park neighborhood on Halloween night. Chicago police said. Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown said the victims range in +1867 Chars. Researchers discover anti-inflammatory molecules that decline in the aging brain. Neuroscience News. SGDGs, a class of lipids that decline in the brain during aging, appear to have anti-inflammatory effects that could have implications for neurodegenerative disorders. Summary. SGDGs, a class of lipids that decline in the brain during aging, appear to have anti-inflammatory effects that could have implications for neurodegenerative disorders. Source. Salk Institute. +6572 Chars. Happy Halloween 2022 from NASA. NASA null null. Cincinnati Bengals vs. Cleveland Browns, 2022 Week 8 game highlights, NFL. Check out our other channels. NFL Mundo https www.youtube.com/mundanflnfl Brazil https www.youtube.com/c/NFL Brazil Officialnful UK https www.youtube.com/ch null. Rockstar to let players produce their own beats for GTA Online. What if gaming? GTA Online will be letting players produce their own beats and mixes in the game. Here's everything you need to know. When you hear of Rockstar Games and music, it's almost like the latter is a synonym of the former. Because music is simply part of Rockstar's DNA. Sam Houser, the founder of Rockstar Games, is incredible. Plus 1861 Chars.